Well, Ann Coulter, of course, best-selling author. Her book, In Trump We Trust, a big bestseller. And, you know, her past books, you should get High Crimes and Misdemeanors. There's a lot of good books. Also, her column, it comes out tomorrow. You go to AnnCoulter.com and make sure you follow Ann Coulter on Twitter and Facebook. Ann Coulter, how you doing?
Fantastic. How are you, Mark Simone?
Very good. I saw you Sunday at the wedding of Greg Kelly. Wasn't that the nice ceremony?
Oh my gosh, that was a fabulous wedding, though. As I emailed you later, it was like a Mark Simone wedding. It was all of your friends.
No, but it was good. No dancing allowed. It was perfect.
Oh, it was brilliant. Yes, if I ever had a wedding, it would be exactly like that. No dancing, no sit down dinner where you're stuck to people with people you don't want to talk to, or maybe you want to talk to for 5 minutes, but you want to mingle. It was cocktails and hors d'oeuvres. And everyone you haven't seen for a while.
Yes, the perfect way to do a wedding, and we want all of you. This should be a regulation, actually. No sit down, no tables, no dancing.
In a beautiful location. I agree. This should become the standard for weddings.
Yeah.
The bride was beautiful. The groom was handsome. Everybody was happy they were getting married. It was a great wedding.
It was. Oh, now you had, this is the best tweet of the week, Bush family quiz. Do you remember this tweet?
Well, yes, I do.
Which number is greater? Delegates won by Jeb in 2016 or women groped by his father at age 93?
Do we have a winner yet?
No.
Do we know? And by the way, you mentioned it, but isn't it hilarious that my first smash New York Times bestseller, High Crimes and Misdemeanors, is newly relevant? I mean, it really is, to see what Democrats and the left and the media were totally blowing off when it was Clinton, which is why I'm delighted to see all of these perverts and sexually harassing creeps being exposed. Unlike liberals, I don't care if it bites my side.
Yeah, and a lot of people now saying that era of giving Clinton a pass, looking the other way from all the feminists, just helped propel this whole Hollywood culture. There's that moment where he pushed Kathleen Willey up against the wall and grabbed her and kissed her and grabbed her breast. In fact, I have it up on Twitter. There's a Gloria Steinem column at the time explaining why this is not harassment and this is fine.
Because that was when Gloria Steinem, the matriarch of feminism, announced a new rule for sexual harassment when the accusation is against a Democrat. It is the one free grope rule. Her big argument was, yes, true, Clinton groped these women, but he took no for an answer. Well, he didn't take no for an answer with Juanita Broaddrick. I also suggested that Juanita Broaddrick, who very credibly accused Bill Clinton of rape, and NBC, you will remember, I can't believe young people are unaware of this, but they did a massive major investigation, and NBC, Lisa Myers was leading it, and Lisa Myers loved the Clintons, loved Hillary. She was, if anything, would have been inclined to disbelieve Juanita Broaddrick. They checked every part of her story. Juanita Broaddrick, for example, said they asked her to describe what she could see out of the hotel room where Bill Clinton raped her. And I think she said it was like an empty parking lot. And they looked at the hotel and, oh, no, there's a building there now. We found an inconsistency. They checked with the hotel. It was an empty parking lot. A new building had gone up. They checked it 6 ways from Sunday and then held the Dateline interview. If you were living through that time, all these buttons were made up. Free Lisa Myers, because we knew it was there, but they wouldn't release it until the Senate had voted on strictly partisan lines, along with a few idiot Republicans like Fred Thompson and Arlen Specter, not to remove Clinton from office. And part of the reason I know how deeply investigated this story was, after the impeachment, I moved from Washington back to New York, and I was at, weirdly enough, a Rolling Stone party, and all of these NBC, like fact checkers and camera guys, and beat reporters happened to be at the party, and they came rushing up to me to tell me they're all liberals, and they said it is 100% 100% true, Ann. And they described what all of their fact-checking was. But it was really depressing at the time, which is, sort of the theme of high crimes and misdemeanors. If the left is going to say, no, you can cheat, you can steal, you can harass women, and it's okay, as long as the New York Times editorial page agrees with you, as long as you're a Democrat, I think that did lead to a moral corruption in the entire country, including with, all of these utterly useless millennials, and as we see in other industries now.
Yeah. And by the way, you can see the Dateline piece. It's up on YouTube. And Juanita Broderick was a head nurse at a hospital, very credible woman. But take a look at it on YouTube.
Well, I think she should relaunch her claim, because at the time she was kind of throwing matches on water, but I think she'd be throwing them on gasoline now.
Yeah. But, it's unbelievable, the double standard. Now, for instance, Hillary Clinton was Secretary of State for 4 years. She was on the phone with Russia at all times. She knew every official in Russia. She was meeting with Russia, dealing with Russia, going to Russia. And we're investigating to see if Donald Trump had any Russia contacts.
No, and moreover, because we always have our interviews before my columns come out, if we could briefly mention my column from last week, which I warned you contained a bombshell.
Yes.
Which was from that Ronan Farrow article, this thing that the Democrats do, both in the Russia case with Hillary Clinton and Harvey Weinstein hiring spies to look into, the victims of his sexual assaults. They use a law firm to launder the money. The exact same steps. You have Harvey Weinstein hiring once respected Democratic attorney David Boies. David Boies hires an Israeli private eye firm called, I think it's Black Cube. Black Cube hires a girl, a spy, former Israeli, I don't know, Mossad agent or something, some sort of agent, and she sucks up to the actress Rose McGowan, fake name, fake foundation, fake beliefs, pretending to be a big women's right advocate, so she can find out what Rose McGowan has on the original client, Harvey Weinstein. And when I read about that law firm money laundering, it's the exact same thing Hillary did with the Russian dossier. The only proof, the only credible, serious proof of Russians trying to interfere with our election. You have the Hillary Clinton campaign and the DNC paying $12 million to a law firm in Washington. The law firm in Washington hires the private eye, the group of spies called Fusion GPS. Fusion GPS hires the spy, Michael Steele. He pays Russian officials, current government officials with the Russian government, to give them dirt on Hillary's political opponent, Donald Trump. And they have the audacity to talk about some meeting Don Jr. had with a woman who really wanted to talk about Russian adoption and use the claim of having dirt on Hillary as a come-on to get a meeting.
Yeah. Hey, Ann Coulter, before we run out of time, Roy Moore. I don't know what to think of this guy.
Well, I don't either, and like I say, I'm not a liberal. I take sexual assault, and especially against a young girl, these accusations seriously, and the second woman did seem very credible. Oh, the things that that make us doubt it, that would lead people to doubt it, is we're sick of these the media crying wolf on this stuff. I mean, from Ferguson to Duke Lacrosse and the UVA case, go back to Tawana Brawley, we don't believe the media, so that's developing into a problem now.
Also, when you got Gloria Allred sitting next to
right. Number two, the timing is kind of suspicious. 4 weeks before an election, Roy Moore has been a big figure in national news, a huge figure in Alabama. And the third thing I want to point out, that liberals always use this trick of mixing unlike cases. So they'll have, like 99% of women who are killed by their spouses or boyfriends. Well, can we find out how many are boyfriends and how many are spouses? It's never your spouse. And they're doing the same thing with the accusations against Roy Moore, throwing in the allegations that he dated a much younger girl. Yeah, okay, so did Jerry Seinfeld, JFK did it when he was married in the White House. and liberals still think he's dreamy. So the dating claims, those are not claims. This is not the fifth claim against Roy Moore, but it is the second, and it is serious. I want Trump to, finally show us he can negotiate a deal, call everybody together, get McConnell to agree to have Republicans stop attacking Moore, have Moore agree, everybody publicly saying that if he wins, Mo Brooks will take the seat, have the governor and Mo Brooks agree that everybody's campaigning this is going to be Mo Brooks' seat, because that's not insulting.
No, that's pretty good, yeah.
Brooks didn't campaign against him. He's been a congressman all this time. He's respectable. Mitch McConnell gets to keep a Senate majority, and Brooks isn't a wild-eyed lunatic, but he's very conservative. He was the one I supported because he is rock solid on immigration. All
right, that's a good solution. Well, everybody get Ann Coulter's her latest book, In Trump We Trust. But you know what? If you don't have it, go back and get High Crimes and Misdemeanors. It's especially relevant now. And get her column. It comes out tomorrow. You just go to AnnCoulter.com. Make sure you follow Ann Coulter on Twitter, Ann Coulter on Facebook, and Ann Coulter, thanks for being with us.
Good to talk to you, Mark Simone. Bye-bye.
All right, take care.